Ozzy?
How you doing?
Fine, it's Christy and Paul. How are you?
I'm fine.
Thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
How are you feeling today?
Not too bad. Too tired, getting ready to wind up the tour, doing the last few gigs.
How many more gigs do you have?
About 7 or 8.
7 or 8, and the big Black Sabbath reunion, right, in California?
It's not a reunion. It's everybody's got the wrong impression. They're just playing on my show, It's not, and there is a possibility of a jam, but I'm not going to do a whole set with Black Sabbath.
So who's going to be there? Tony?
Tony, Bill, Geezer, and Bill's going to be there. Black Sabbath are doing their set. I don't know who's going to be singing for them. I don't know what's going on. There's been some controversy. I haven't been keeping much of tabs on it. But Bill's going to be there, so just in case there is an opportunity for us to, if everything turns out right, we might just go up and do a couple of the old numbers at the end of the day,
Why did you decide to ask them along, Oz?
Well, I started off my career with those guys, and I thought it would be a kind of a setting thing to end it off with, everybody friends, It wasn't no, look what I've done and look what you are, and kind of thing. No animosity whatsoever. It was just, I thought, bury the hatchet and, just have a good old, because, a lot of water's gone under the bridge since the days I was with Black Sabbath. And there's it was a lot of bad feelings in the early days, but that's all long gone and forgotten as far as I'm concerned. And I thought it would be nice to have my farewell kind of party. It's more of a party than a farewell gig for me,
So Ozzy, this is a farewell tour or farewell gig.
It's a farewell gig in the respect I will not be doing this kind of fast lane living out of a suitcase job anymore, because I want to. I have kids that I want to spend more. I want to spend more time at home and less time on the road. However, I will be doing gigs in the future, but nothing like I've just been out for 14 months or so.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. I want to go out no longer than 4 or 5 weeks at a time and go home again.
We had the impression when this tour first started going that this was your last tour doing Ozzy Osbourne music.
It's my last tour. I mean, what I call a tour is when you leave your house on January the 1st and don't return until January the 1st the following year. That's a tour. That's what I call a killer tour. It's a no more killer tours. I will continue. I mean, I'm going to continue to play my. If I don't play my music, whose music am I going to play?
Well, I guess what I was going to say was I had the impression that maybe you were going to start on yet another career and
that's what you shouldn't have any of these impressions. These impressions get you in a lot of stick.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to stop making music. I'm not going to become a soap opera actor. I'm not going to become a Buddhist monk. I'm just for the first time in my career, I'm just allowing myself the luxury of saying, "Hey, Ozzy, what do you really want to do today?"
Hey, Oz. How are your kids?
But they're wonderful, And every time they flew into New York to see me for a couple of days, and every time I say goodbye to them, it breaks my heart. Now will leave me in tears, and I'm so sick and tired of that,
Exactly.
Breaks my heart, I have a son that I adore him and he adores me, and I miss that quality time that I should be spending with him more,
Are they old enough to know who Ozzy Osbourne is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
So what's the reaction to that when they see you on stage?
They're really proud of me, and they don't buy all this crap about this. I mean, all that backbiting, devil-worshipping horse manure,
Yeah, Ozzy, when I see you in concert, the one thing I really love about your show is the good spirit in which you do your show. It
gets me. It really gets me. A couple of nights ago, It was Halloween night.
Yeah.
And everybody from lawyers to surgeons to brain surgeons to doctors to everybody in the plane walks around the streets dressed as freaks, vampires, and all these guys were like, I saw a guy walking down Manhattan, through Manhattan, with an axe sticking out the side of his head, and it's just in fun, But all you gotta is say to yourself, all Ozzy Osbourne does is has kind of like a Halloween party every night of the year. It's like a Halloween night every night of the year for me, and that's all it is. It's no more than a bit of simple fun. It's not to be taken seriously. I'm not a serious. I don't get up there and make these political statements and get myself involved in politics. I don't know the first thing about politics. I don't want to because, in my opinion, I don't think the politicians have that much of a clue. So I mean, if they haven't got much of a clue, what chance have I got?
Hey, Oz.
What?
Is it true that where the Dove incident occurred that one time at the record company, is it true they still call that place the Dove Room?
I have not got. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Remember one time when there was an incident with the Dove?
Oh yeah, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe so. Maybe I have not heard it. I mean, that was another lifetime ago. That was like when I was about 30. That happened. I'm 43 now. 13 years ago.
How's age in rock and roll?
Age in rock and roll. Well, but it is so, as my wife very often says to me, if there was an age limit in rock and roll, and say for instance that you had to stop when you were 40, that half the music industry would come to a grinding halt.
That's true. Look at Steven Tyler and Mick Jagger and everybody else right now, right?
Yeah.
So, you mentioned Sharon.
Yeah.
What's it like being managed by your wife? Hey, man, that would put a lot of pressure on any marriage, let alone someone like Ozzy.
It's good and it's bad. It's like any other marriage. It has its ups and downs. I would sooner have my wife managing me than any of these other rip-off guys that have managed me, because every single person that's managed me before has taken every penny that I've ever earned. At least if my wife spends it, it's my wife that spends it, and it's for my house, At least I don't have to go to someone else's house to sit on my chair,
So you don't mind when she runs up the Visa bill right up to the top, eh?
Well, I've got no choice, have I? She's my wife, and I love her.
Yeah. That's great. One thing I really admire also, Ozzy, but
you know it's really funny when people you put a poll out there and you say to your listeners,